สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. So I just got back from my trip to Thailand. Still a little jet lagged, but while I was home, I got to have so many simple home cooked meals made mostly by my grandmother. And so now I'm all inspired by it. And I want to share with you a recipe that is the epitome of a simple home cooked meal. So we are going to make kai jiao mu sap, and kai jiao is omelette and mu sap is ground pork. So it's simple ground pork omelette that is so delicious, and it's definitely something that I make if I need dinner in 5 minutes and I have very few things in the fridge. So let's get started. All right, this is going to be the simplest recipe ever. So I'm going to go in with 2 large eggs, and I learned how to make kai jiao mu sap. I must have been, I don't know, 6. I mean, as young as I could have been to cook. And now I'm going to season this with a little bit of fish sauce. This is standard. And the simplest kai jiao is basically just eggs and fish sauce. That's it. You could stop here and you'll have your basic kai jiao. But I like to add actually a little bit of oyster sauce. I think it adds a little something to it. And by the way, oyster sauce in squeeze bottle is how I always store it because it makes it easy to pour and measure. A dash of white pepper, completely optional. I'm just trying to fancy up a simple meal a little bit by adding some pepper. All right, get that beat up. And now the ground pork. You've got your protein. Break that up. There, you don't want big chunks because then it'll get lumps in the omelette. Just to add a little freshness, I'm going to add some chopped green onions. Again, completely optional. But I think, it makes it look prettier too. A little bit of greenery in there. And that's it. It's done. You just have to cook it now. All right, so I am going to use a little non-stick pan here. And I actually like to use the pan that is just the size that you want the omelette to be. So for this, a little 8-inch like this is perfect. Non-stick is helpful because we all know, eggs and sticky pans can be bad news. You can do this in a wok as well. Normally in Thailand, we do this in a wok, but I do find that it's easier to flip when I use a saute pan. So you want this to get hot. So, to test, you just drop in a little bit of egg. And if it puffs up kind of like that, yeah, it's probably ready to go. I'm going to push it a little bit further because this is cold. So I'm going to let it heat up a little bit more. Look, it's tiny little omelets. Okay, here we go. There, you want to hear it sizzle as you drop it in. And now just in the first few seconds, I'm going to just stir it a little bit. And it just helps the omelette cook a little more evenly. But don't do this too much because you don't want scrambled egg, right? Just in the beginning, so you distribute that first little bit of cooked eggs. And now you let it cook. You want to make sure the heat is not too high because then you will burn the bottom before the top is firm enough to flip. And so you want to err on the side of heat being too low, okay? Because you can always cook it a little longer, but if it's burnt, then it's burnt. So what I like to do sometimes also is just to pour the liquid egg underneath. Helps it cook a little faster. There you go. And now you just want to be checking the bottom to make sure you want a nice golden brown. You don't want, French style pale yellow omelet here. Thai people, we like our eggs browned. All right, it's ready to flip now. Before I flip, I'm just going to get rid of the last little bit of liquid so when I flip it doesn't splatter too much. Make sure it's loose before you flip. Hey, there we go. Yay, look how pretty that is. And we're 15 seconds away from this being done. So get your rice, because you want to have this with rice. And we're going to turn this off now because the residual heat from the pan will keep everything cooking. This is like the perfect personal size omelette. 2 eggs, if you're eating by yourself, this is perfect. Oh, yes. Ta-da! Perfect dinner for one right here. Oh, yes. This just tastes like home to me because it's just this flavor that I associate with just being a kid, growing up in Thailand, And I really want you to try it so that you can experience this like Thai childhood flavor of mine. And it's so easy. Once you make this, you're going to be returning to it again and again and again because you'll be addicted to how fast and easy this is. And as a trick, if you want to have ground pork ready to go, just freeze it in the freezer, but in a very thin layer, like in a Ziploc bag, very thin. And then when you're ready, just break off a chunk and it'll thaw in no time. So I hope you enjoy that. Oh, I almost forgot. A lot of people like to eat this with Sriracha hot sauce, but to me, this is so well seasoned with that oyster sauce and fish sauce that I like it just like this. But if you want, a little Sriracha is a classic pairing. So the recipe is on hotthaikitchen.com. When you make this, send me a photo on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I love seeing your photos. And if you haven't subscribed to the show, please do so right here. And I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.